Welcome to Home Organizing for Beginners. I'm Tammy, your home organizing educator. In each episode, I share a microscopic home management topic. That just means it's something you can implement today from start to finish if you so choose. Today's microscopic home management topic is it's actually 5 closet organizing tips to simplify your life. So, how your closet works for you or doesn't work for you can truly make or break your day. When you start your day off struggling to get dressed, well, that's just a stress that you do not need. And I know you've been dealing with this for a while. We all, as moms, have problems in our closet. Our size has fluctuated, so we have different size clothing. We have just a different style, maybe now than what we used to have. And it's just a common problem to have somewhat of a messy or a completely disorganized closet. Then you throw on top of that maybe a small closet, or maybe you have a really big closet, but you have so much stuff that it's just spilling out and spilling all over the floor. So, I want to give you some quick hitting tips that will make a difference today. You can implement all 5, or you can just implement a few of them. No matter what, even if you just implement one, it's going to make a difference in your life today. So, these tips are going to simplify your life. Plus, I'm going to give you a bonus. I'm going to share with you the best way to organize your closet, and I can tell you right now, it does not include emptying all the contents of your closet in one fell swoop. So, as a busy mom, you're fed up with the mess and chaos of daily life. You want your home to feel peaceful and welcoming. You want it to be a refuge for you and your family. And I'm telling you right now that you can have this. You can have peace and joy and a refuge through organizing, cleaning, and time management methods that are created with you and your family at the core. Methods that are simple and focus on the function of your home. But in order to make that happen, you're going to have to do something different than what society tells us. Instead of completely emptying your closet out all at one time, where your bed is piled with all of your clothes and you have to sort through everything all at one time, you can make incremental changes that will last. Changes that will help your closet feel and look more organized, resulting in a good start to your day and saving time overall. So we can use a little more time in our day, right? Like we all just are running short on time. We just are so busy and we have so much flying in our faces with social media and whatnot. Like just even a little bit of extra time will be beneficial. In this episode, I'll share 5 simple closet organizing tips. In my book, simple really equals sustainable. So I want to make sure that what I'm sharing with you is something that you can manage, something simple that you can do. And it just doesn't need to be over complicated. And what's the point in making changes if you can't keep in place the work that you have done? So we're going to dive into the 5 tips. Closet organizing tip number 1. If you have items you know you want to get rid of, remove them from your closet now. If the item is no good, go ahead and throw it away. If the item is good but you're not going to wear it, put it in a box or a bag to donate it. All right? Clear what you know you can get rid of. That's the first tip. Closet organizing tip number 2. Be honest with yourself about the amount of space you have compared to the amount of things you're trying to keep in your closet. I am an organizing expert that will never tell you that in order to have an organized closet, you have to get rid of a bunch of your clothes. I'm not going to tell you that. I will say it is definitely easier to keep things organized when you have less things to keep organized. That's just logical, right? But if it's an emotional roller coaster for you when you think about sorting through all of your clothes and having to get rid of some, that's okay. We are just who we are. And if you're emotionally attached to your things, don't think about having to get rid of them because that's actually blocking you from even getting started. You simply have to recognize how you feel and be okay with it. Don't fool yourself into thinking that more clothes will fit into your closet than you actually can fit. Does that make sense? Like, just be honest with yourself. If you have more clothes than fit in your closet, you're going to have to move some of them to another area of your home, or you're going to have to box some of them up, or something like that. You want your closet to be functional. You want your closet to work for you and not against you. And when it's packed with so many clothes, you can't even take one item out without three other things falling onto the floor. And that's not really functional, is it? So these are the types of things that I help you with in the course that I offer, and you can learn more about it at www.homeorganizingforbeginners.com. So closet organizing tip number 3, get things off the floor. Clothes sometimes slide off of a hanger and land on the floor, and maybe sometimes when that happens, you're just too busy to pick it up at that moment. Take that time now. Pick those items up, hang them up. If you have boxes or bags of stuff piled on the floor in your closet, pick it up and make sure you can clear as much of it as possible. Having this area of the floor clear makes it easier to get to your clothes, and hanging items won't, I imagine like your shirts hanging on top of a stack of boxes. Well, if they're kind of laying on top of the boxes, they're going to be all wrinkly when you go to wear them. And that's not what you want. Then you're going to pick that item up and you're going to be like, well, I can't wear that. It's too wrinkly and I don't have time to iron it right now. I am not a fan of ironing, by the way. I don't know about you. So, closet organizing tip number 4, have the same number of hangers as you have clothes to hang. So, this tip is coming more from the perspective of feeling like I never have enough hangers. So, as the kids have gotten older, I think they go into my closet and they steal my hangers, which is fine because bigger clothes means they need bigger hangers. So it's okay. But when I go to put my clean clothes away, I would end up not having enough hangers, and it is quite the irritation. So I do have a problem right now, though, because I got a few shirts for Christmas, and I either need to get rid of some of the old shirts or I need to get more hangers. And I am planning to throw some old shirts away, or I might hang on to them, put them in a dresser drawer to use in the summer when I'm doing outside work or gardening and that kind of thing. So having the same number of hangers as you have clothes really just helps you keep that organization in place. So tip number 5, when taking items off of a hanger, place the empty hanger into one designated spot. So when you have this small open space in your closet, hanging your clothes up after they're washed and dried becomes a lot easier because you can easily find the hangers. So when I get a shirt and pants out of my closet, I hang the empty hangers on the bottom bar right in the middle. This makes just makes them so much easier to find when you're putting laundry away. And this is so glaringly obvious to me every single week when I do laundry because my husband does not do this, and I have to rifle through all of his stuff in order to find the hangers to hang his clothes up. So my oldest does do this, which we independently figured this out. I don't know if she saw me doing it or if she just really thought of it on her own, but she doesn't hang them on the bar. She actually has a designated spot on the floor of her closet where she just kind of takes the hangers and leans them up against the side wall. So it's really whatever works for you. Maybe you have a shelf in your closet and you're going to just set them on there because your whole entire, the bars in your closet are actually full, right? So those are your 5 tips. I'll go through them really quick again. Tip number 1, if you have items you know you want to get rid of, remove them from your closet now. Tip number 2, be honest with yourself about the amount of space you have compared to the amount of things you're trying to keep. Tip number 3, get things off the floor. Tip number 4, have the same number of hangers as you have clothes to hang. Tip number 5, when taking items off of a hanger, place the empty hanger in a designated spot. And now I want to reveal to you the best way to organize your closet. There are 4 things you'll do, but you have to understand that the best way to organize your closet is a way where you play the main role. You only need a guide or teacher to walk you through the process of organizing that works for you, for your family, for your current season of life. No matter what, there are things that must happen so that your closet will be organized and be a space in your home that works for you instead of against you, and not only for a few days or weeks, but into the future and through every single season of life. So I'm going to give you the rundown of how this works. When you grab a hold of this process, home organizing just becomes a natural part of your life instead of this huge event that you have to take vacation or make time for in your schedule. So you're going to start with a small section of your closet. You'll dissect your closet into small manageable chunks and complete all the steps in one section at a time. So the first step, sort. You start by sorting through all of the things in that section, deciding what to keep, what not to keep. You'll donate some things, maybe you'll sell some things. Others are going to be moved to another area of your home, or even some items can be set in a box or bin to look at later because it's just an I don't know what to do with it right now item. Once this is done, you clean that section, dust it, wipe it down, that kind of stuff. And now it's ready to put things back into. Which brings me to the next step, organize. You'll take the items you're going to keep and you're able to organize them back into that section or that space. You can put them in the way that you want, the way that works for you. Maybe perhaps you opt for new hangers or some kind of basket or bin during this time. And now when you're done, the section of that closet is set up the way you want it. And it's important to put measures in place so that it will stay that way. And I think this is the step that is glazed over or not talked about or just simply not done. Because now you think you're done. That section's organized, but sustaining it is the important part. In the sustain step, you're thinking about what needs to be done so that you can keep your organized section organized. This includes documenting functional expectations. That's what you need to do in the heat of the moment. And then also documenting work instructions. That's the how-to of managing tasks like putting your clothes away. What is the step-by-step process that you're expecting yourself or others to follow in the area? That's what work instructions are. So here's the main point. You are involved in doing the work of getting your closet organized. There's no trick to it, but having someone with experience to guide you through the process is the game changer. You can learn more about how we can work together and how I can be your guide at www.homeorganizingforbeginners.com. Take the 5 tips and implement today the ones that will work best for you. Then take the next step and join the Home Organizing for Beginners course, where you'll have me as your guide through your entire home organizing journey. You'll not only have the step-by-step, but also accountability and a form in which to get individualized help so you can overcome the biggest home organizing challenges in your home and family. So that's what I have for you today. I pray that these tips will help you work towards the peaceful home that you desire. Have a fun and productive weekend. I'll be back here next week sharing tangible and simple instructions about home organizing, cleaning, and time management. I'll see you then.